Top of it, people. It's Dylan Alexander. Thanks for checking me out. And on today's video, I wanted to ask the question: are you chasing your true dreams or the dreams that the world has given you? It's an important question to ask yourself, because a lot of people get sidetracked from their real goals and objectives in life. And it's really scary, man, if you're not chasing the path that you really deep down want to be chasing. This is something that I had to go through recently and a few times in my life. And it's important to really be honest with yourself when that question arises, because a lot of us, we just go with the lie that the world gives us because we think that's the right path to take. Now, what do I really mean? Let's say for me, for example, I had a dream for a long time of chasing stand-up comedy since I was like 21. I'm 32 now, by the way. I didn't really start until about 22, so about 10 plus years now since I really chased that dream, and I was going really strong, really for a long time until I'd say about 2022. So I was a strong about 7-8 years into my pursuit of that path. And there came a point where I realized that I really started to ask myself, honestly, if I really still wanted to do this. Because, in comedy, there's a thing where it's like 10 years in is about the time it takes to really find your voice, to find your, if you're really the comedian that you think you are, and if you should be making it by that time, or, you should be more solid in your career as a comedian by that time, 10 years, right? So about 8 years in, I'm getting close to the 10-year mark, and I'm starting to kind of freak out because I'm comparing myself to other people that I saw who were about 8 years, 10 years in, and I seen that I wasn't really making that much progress as I would have liked. And not to mention, I was a little bit turned off by the pursuit. COVID kind of hit close to around that time, just prior to that, and I just saw how things were just moving. I saw how the business worked, the entertainment business, the comedian, the comic business, if you will. And I really started to have to think about what I was doing, man, because I already put 7-8 years into this hard. I was going hard, man. I was hitting open mics constantly every week. And I put so much time and energy into it. And to now have to ask myself, like, do I really want to go through with this? I pretty much put all my 20s into this, and a little bit of my 30s. And it was a scary question, and I was kind of deep down, I was like, no, I don't really want to keep doing this. And it was weird because I was trying to fight it. I was like, man, damn, I can't just quit. I already put so much time, and people know me as a comedian, even though I'm not successful. I'm not getting paid like that off of this. I'm not well known in any way. I'm just an open micer, basically, getting, paid here and there on some shows, little gas money. I think the most I ever made on a show was probably like $100, maybe 150. And it's like it wasn't consistent, so I had to be honest, man. I'm like, what do I really want to do? And that's when I had to just really be honest with myself and look in the mirror and just get uncomfortable and say, man, look, this ain't it. And I had to really ask myself, what is it then? What do I really want to do? What's my real dream and goal? Like, I'm still pretty young. Like, I still have a lot of ambition. I want to do big things, right? And I came to the real conclusion of I just wanted freedom, and I wanted to just live a life of luxury a little bit. Not to say I want to have a bunch of lavish things, but I want a nice luxurious life. I would like to have a family with a beautiful woman. So I was kind of on my pimping stuff. I wanted multiple women, honestly, and just kind of live that out. Um, but you know, you refine these things over time. Over time, you get real specific, but you have to have some general idea of where you want your ship of your life to go towards, right? And then it hit me. It hit me that I was always really pursuing my dream the whole time. Because this is more personal, but when I started doing comedy, when I thought about it, the first thought of doing comedy hit me in 2014. I was 21. I had just dropped out of college. And that's when I really was like, what do I want to do? That was the first, like, what am I doing? Okay, I quit college. I don't want to join the military. Okay, I'm going to have to do something big. I want to, and I was thinking long term of like, okay, I will die one day. So you only get one life. So you might as well do something that you love and enjoy, because I didn't want to just work a job for have some career that I don't like for decades and then just retire and then that's it, like every other person at that time previously was kind of doing. That was like the typical American thing: just get a career, stay there for decades, and then retire and live mediocre, never make over six figures. You know what I'm saying? Just average, bare minimum nonsense. So that's why I chose comedy, because I was like, at least it's fun. But I didn't realize how hard it was to make a living at that, let alone get rich. Let alone, right? And I didn't want to have a job. I didn't want a regular job. That was another big thing. Never wanted a regular job. And that was my main base goal at 21 years old, 2014. That's what I was pursuing. And that led me to comedy. I was doing comedy for years. And then in 2018, I found my bank account was dwindling and I was just working jobs part-time. All up until then, I was working all kind of jobs just to pay my bills in the day, just to let me do comedy at night. That was my thing. I just wanted to do comedy. I didn't care about getting rich or none of that. But then 2018 hits, man. I see my bank account slowly just every month just going down, down, down. And I was starting to freak out, like, man, I got to find something else. Like, I was working at the Apple store at the time, part-time. They wouldn't give me full-time because I wasn't kissing ass. I wasn't doing the most to, like, they asked me to smile during work. I'm not smiling, bro. You're not paying me to smile, bro. I'm not giving excellent customer service. I'm doing the bare minimum. Okay, I'm just here to collect the check. Hey, what do you want? You want an iPhone 10? All right, sit there. I got you. Come on. It was like that. I didn't care. No effort, right? So they was like part-time. I'm looking at my bank account. It's dwindling. I'm looking at Uber. Like, I couldn't do Uber because I had a car that didn't qualify. Long story, right? So long story short, I discovered a way to make money online, which is today my business that I do, which is I buy and sell electronics. I've been doing that since 2018, full time since 2019. And I've been doing that ever since, and it's allowed me the opportunity to work for myself now for the past 7 years, almost six and a half, 7 years. So that, I realized that once I started doing that and discovered business and discovered profit, and making your own money. And then, a year later I quit, or less than a year, I just quit. I was like, man, I'm done. I'm not working for y'all. This is a scam, right? I went all in with that and, figured that out. It was bumpy at the beginning, but eventually I started finding success. And that was a blessing, man. And that was what led me to really wanting to get rich. And the freedom that comes with going for the most, going for the best, going for the top. And so since 2018, man, when I discovered business, my whole thing changed. And I didn't even realize it at the time. I was still heavily pursuing comedy, but I was doing my business on the side and eventually went full time with my business, and that was great. But along the way, COVID happened shortly after 2020. I'm still doing my business. It's doing great. It started really kicking off in 2020. I had made a lot of big milestones, still pursuing comedy. That was still the goal. And then a couple years later, man, I just slowly just started to realize, no, like I need to focus on business. I want to do investing. I started getting into investing and kind of messed up my first investments, lost some money, lost a lot of money at my first investments. But, it was like a subconscious thing that I was really pursuing my ultimate goal subconsciously. I didn't consciously know that I wanted to get rich. I was just like doing everything to sustain my comedy pursuit. I was like, man, let me just make this money, do my business, set up everything so I can just do comedy. And I wanted to travel, do shows all over the country, do little mini tours with friends and stuff. That never really panned out like that. I mean, I did a little bit here and there, had some success, went to Chicago, Tampa, and stuff like that, Denver. But ultimately, man, it all came to a point, man, I say about 2022, end of 22, top of 23 is when it really hit me. And I bought a Porsche and I really wanted to ball out. And I started pursuing trading stock options, which I lost a lot of money at that point. That whole year, 2023, slowly just lost all the investments. I had a lot of money saved up, invested, just started losing crazy money a few months into doing that. And then, all in the hopes of turning that big old $100,000 I had accumulated and trying to go for big, go for glory, which was, I'm trying to get that million. I should have just shot for the 200K, but I wanted to go straight to $1 million. Let's go. So I didn't really know what I was doing, and I had to figure that out and lost. I'm still, to this day, pursuing that with no real success yet, but I still have faith that I'm going to make it work. I just have to get everything right. And fast forward, that's where I am today, right? I lost so much money that eventually I had to move out of my last spot, which was a nice, dope spot in the middle of the city, in a nice area in the city. I had to break my lease, months, 9, 7, 8 months before it ended. And now they want to hit me with, I owe X amount, a big old knot that I owe. And I'm not paying that because I don't believe in credit. That's another topic. But anyways, what I'm saying is, man, that was a long story to really show you how my goals changed, my dream changed so much. Everything just changed over time, and I had to just keep taking actions towards that goal. Even though I didn't know what I was really doing, I didn't have a clear path and a clear blueprint as to, oh, I'm not doing comedy anymore, I'm doing this now. No, I was still doing comedy, but it was almost like out of like, I have to, because this is the path that I've already set for myself, and people know me as this. So I can't just stop showing up. I'm living for the world. You understand? I'm doing what the world kind of looks at me as, and I don't want to disappoint the world. Versus doing the right thing, which is to completely cut off that, because I'm no longer into that, and go all the way in on this new goal, which is my true dream and aspiration that I really want deep down, and going all in with that. You see what I'm saying? Now, if this is the same situation for you, just plug in whatever it is your goal is, whatever your dream deep down is, and do that. Maybe you've been doing plumbing for the past 8 years, and now you're like, man, you find success, you have a nice steady career there, but now you're kind of like, man, I really want to pursue, I don't know, I really want to pursue fishing. Like I want to be a fisherman or whatever. But you're like, that's crazy. It doesn't make as much money, or maybe it does, but you're like, you have no real blueprint on that, and the world knows you as the plumber. But you're like, man, I'm gonna do this on the side and slowly transition, right? Whatever it is, whatever your dreams are, whatever they used to be, and now you want to change it, man, you gotta honor that. You have to honor that. Whatever it is, man, honor your main dream that you truly want to pursue, because that's what's important. Don't get stuck in a pigeonhole of this is what I've been known as and this is what I've been doing, because that's not what you have to keep doing. Man, even living at my apartment, man, the one I just broke the lease at, I low-key didn't want to leave there because I knew, man, I can't, like, where am I gonna go? I couldn't qualify for an apartment. I'm gonna have to like get roommates because of that fact. My credit's all jacked up. I'm gonna have to downgrade my life. And it was an ego thing. It was like, damn, people are gonna know me as this, and now I gotta go here. And it was just like, damn, I'm fighting, I'm resisting it. Even though deep down I know it's the better thing to do. I can save money and I can breathe, I can live comfortably. And I finally pulled the trigger. Look at where I'm at now, man. I'm in the backyard, man. I'm in a backyard. I'm in this nice house, and I'm in a good situation now. I'm comfortable. I can breathe. I can save money again and get back investing and build my portfolio up and trade comfortably without all that extra pressure of having to pay rent. It's a beautiful thing, man. I'm really excited, man. Now I can think, and I'm at peace. You understand what I'm saying? And now I can really focus and pursue my real dreams and start traveling eventually and documenting that whole journey along the way. And it's never too late, man. It's never too late to live your life. The camera's always rolling, no rehearsals. You get me? It's always moving. Shout out to Nip Hustle, man, you know? So I hope this video, man, inspires you to put in the real dream into motion and to stop putting it off. Stop putting it off, man. Get on it ASAP. Whatever it is you really want to do, get in on that. Stop putting it off, man. Because time doesn't wait for anybody. The sun keeps rising every day. It's waiting on you to make a move. So bust a move, all right? But that's it, man. I appreciate y'all watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, man. Leave a like below if you liked it, you mess with me. Hit the subscribe button, man. I got more stuff on the way. I'm going to keep talking to y'all one-on-one just like this, all right? But I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace.